Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. In today's video guys, we're going to cover how to make left and right turn, what is the speed supposed to be when you're turning, and how to use hand over hand. This video is specifically for the beginners. I'm reading your comments and that's the video that you request to do, and today we're going to cover everything. Also for the ones that struggling with the turns. So I'm gonna go step by step, and after that video guys, if you stay until the end, you will understand how to make a left and right turn, also how to position your hands and how to maintain the car in your lane. Just before we're getting into the video guys, this video first of all will be uploaded on my Patreon, so if you would like to join my Patreon, link will be down below. Also, I want to say to one of my Patreons that's supporting me for a long time, I know you are some driver and safe, you already did the G2 and G test, but as a thank you because you holding and you supporting me for a long time, Eva, I would like to give you a free lesson. I want to invite you, so if you would like to text me or through the Patreon, you can message me and give me the time, and I will definitely, as a thank you for free, no charge, I will give you a free lesson. So let's start with the basic stuff, how to position our hands. So as you can see, my hands are positioned on 9 and 3. And the most important thing when you start driving, you don't need to be tense and holding the steering tight. What do we do in this case? When we're positioning our hands, pay attention. If your hand will be a little bit higher than the other, that's one of the indication that the car will never go straight. So make sure they position the hands not tight, easy, just holding the steering. So now I'm gonna show you what I mean by the turn and what's the meaning of the hand over hand. So for example, if I'm turning left, which hand will be the first that moving? We're gonna move with the right hand. So I am turning. Here, I just need to put my hand and support. This one is not for a turning, it's just a holding, and the right hand is coming back. And if I need to turn, again, when I'm turning left, this one will be a turning hand. If I am turning right, I'm starting from here with the left hand, right goes to support, and the left comes back. So you don't need to use the right hand when you're turning. I will show you now when I drive, so you will see how I do hand over hand. Also, what is the meaning of crossing the hands? So as you can see right now, if I turn right and I grab from here, you can see that my hands are crossing. So that's called the crossing, right? So to avoid that, simply you move, you grab over here. As you can see, my hand is here, right? And it goes back. So this is not a crossing. Now, if I turn left and I do this position, again, I'm crossing my hands, right? So this is wrong. As you can see, the hands are crossed. And if I need to turn more, I simply cannot do that because the hands are crossed. So we're going to start now, and you will see how I do it when I turn left. Usually, when I'm turning left, as you can see, this is now the wheel is straight. So if I turn from here and I grab over here and I come back, approximately I need to turn half. So when I move, I will show you that. If I turn right, I move my hands, and here I'm going to support, and here I need to turn a little bit more. So you will see now. So let's start moving. And by moving also, I will explain to you the speed and what's the meaning of the cutting the corner. So if some of you already did the test, an examiner give you the feedback that you are too close to the left or too close to the right, that means that you overturn. And you don't want to be too close to the right because you're also going to hit the curb. So let's start moving, and slowly, you will understand what I mean. So let's start, and we're gonna hit the first stop sign that doesn't have all way. So I will also explain what I do when I need to get closer to see better. So we put the signal, of course, and we're moving. So now this video is specifically for the turn. So signal, and when I approach the stop sign, first of all, as you can see now, I have a one-way, and that way I need to creep up. So as you can see, there is a vehicle coming, so I want to make sure that I am clearly see the left side. Now I'm turning left, so my hand, the right, is turning left, supporting, right, come back, and as you can see, I turn only half, and here what I do, I let it slide. You don't need to actually turn back. It depends on the speed. The faster you go, the faster the steering will slide back. So hands position, remember, this is how we hold 9 o'clock and 3 o'clock. That's the best way to hold the steering. Not like they telling you, some instructors, they say to hold 2 and 10. No, you make sure that this is how you're holding, okay? So now I'm making a right. The speed is about 20 kilometers, and this one I don't need to stop. Right, supports, and then you just let it slide, okay? So remember, never cross your hands. If you're crossing your hands, it's going to be more difficult for you to recover. I'm gonna make another left. So again, my right hand start turning, left supports, hold. I don't turn anymore because I don't want to cut the corner. Let it slide. That's it. That's how simple it is, without moving your shoulder, without doing your like this movement, right? So make sure that you relax when you turn. And as you can see, if I don't hold the steering tight, the car simply goes straight. When you feel that the car slightly drifting or left or right, that's because of your hands tight. So remember, relax on your hands. So now we're gonna make a right turn, okay? So right turn from the stop sign, that it's all way, so we don't need to move forward. We turn as we go. The meaning of the turn as you go is you're not stepping on the gas too much because it's on the right side. So the right side is closer than the left, and on the right we're stepping less on the gas and we're turning more. So let me show you what I mean by that. I am turning with the left hand, supporting with the right, come back and turn a little bit more, and now I am releasing. The speed on these turns doesn't need to be too fast, also not too slow. So if you're going around 10-15 kilometers, you will be managing to turn right without crossing to the other side, okay? So now I'm going to make another left turn, and I will explain you from the stopping position, from the always stop, and what is the difference when we are turning left and right is the speed, right? So on the right, I will repeat one more time, I push less gas and more turn. On the left, more gas and less turn. So let's do that. Now, turning with the right, left support, right come back. As you can see, I stop at the half. I let the car slide. I let the steering to slide back. I was not releasing the steering. I was just keeping my hands there, but it was not tight. So that was easy to recover and be on my lane and not to cut the corner. Now guys, I want to explain to you what examiners are mentioning that you are cutting the corner. If you went for the test, or also if you just practicing and somebody is your instructor or somebody else is telling you you're too close to the left side. So now I'm gonna get better position. I'm gonna make a left. Again, right turn, left turn I mean, right hand is turning, left supporting, right come back, and let it slide. Don't hold tight. So we're gonna make a left turn now, and that left turn that I'm doing now, there is a line, and that line I will show you what's the meaning. If you're gonna see in the camera, what's the meaning cutting the corner. So we're gonna make a left. Now, if I start turning before I am moving, this is what happened. That's what happened, cut the corners, right? So I went too much to the left side. So make sure when you're turning left, the meaning is turn as you go, right? So here on the right, it's a different. On the left, we need to be more on the gas and then turn. So turn as you go. Let me show you one more time. When I turn right, what do I do? So less gas, more turn. And again, try not to, the biggest mistake what people they do during the driving, the beginner especially, they turning before they going. And the thing is that because you already turn and you keep on turning, that's when you're going to be too close to the curb. So let's make a right. Left turn, left hand is turning, right supporting, coming back, turn more, and that way I will be not cutting and be too close to the left side, not coming to oncoming traffic. Sometimes people coming from the test and examiner said too wide. Too wide means that when you turn right, you went over the other side. That's why it's called too wide. Let's make a left. On the left, usually they mention, the examiners give the feedback, usually cutting the corners. On the right, it will be too wide. So when you see my videos, when I do with my students, what they do, when you see the, when I mark my student and I say too wide, that means that he went to the other side, almost to oncoming traffic. So we're gonna make a left, right is turning, left supporting. See that line that I don't wanna cross? And here I am. There we go. So I don't need to turn too much. And when I'm straight, then I'm pushing the gas more to the speed that is posted, right? So speed limit here it's 40. Then I start to accelerate, not when I'm turning right away to 40. One more left turn from the always stop so you can see how exactly I'm doing. I check and then I turn with my right hand, left for support, right comes back, recovering, and then I can push more gas. So remember, speed is very important when you're turning. If you're turning on the streets that the speed limit is 40, until you complete your turn, don't accelerate. Now, left is turning, right supporting, coming back, recovering, and make sure sometimes people, what they do the mistake, they're recovering late. The meaning that the car is already going towards the curb. That means that you're too late on recovering. So make sure that as soon as the car is straight parallel to the curb, that's the time to recover. So guys, that's what I want to cover in this video. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments. I'm gonna pull over and do one more time left and right turn. So when you can practice, you can find something that is similar to the steering and just practice these steps. It's going to be much easier for you to learn faster how to turn. The beginners, usually this is the first thing when they are practicing, they have struggling on the turn. So if you are struggling on your turns, don't jump to the next step. Make sure that this is the most important. Make sure that you're fixing the turns, okay? So let me show you one more time how I turn left and right. And if you remember that, again guys, that's going to be the best help for you. You will understand that and you will not struggle. So turning right, which hand we're gonna use? We're gonna use the left. Turn, grab or hold and come back. When we're turning left, this hand is turning hand. This one is just for support. You're just holding it. You don't need to turn. You don't need to do anything extra. The right hand come back. I want to cover one more thing that I, with my students, I see that too. When they turning, another thing that they doing wrong, and if you do that, make sure that you're fixing it this right away. So sometimes when they get used to it on driving and they start to maintain the car properly, what they do is they are trying to turn from here. So remember, from here you're turning. if you're turning left and you start turning from here, you have too much power. This is the distance, right? So you start turning from here, you will be end up over here already, and you don't need that. So make sure hands are start turning from the right position. Okay, not from here. That's too much power. You're gonna start from this position. You already have too much room when you're turning. So when you're turning from here, you will be already close to the curb. So remember, make sure the hands positioning relaxed and it's start only from here, right? Not going here and not holding the steering like this when you're driving. You see how I put my thumbs? It's not right. You have to hold the steering. I had a student, guys, and I want to share with you that the student was not my student. He came to me after he failed the test. And when he went for the test, he's a good driver. He had already experience from the other country. And when he came, he went straight for a G test. And when they were driving on the test, the examiner, he said that he started to become very comfortable with the examiner, and he was driving all the tests. He didn't even realize that he was driving with one hand. And in the end of the test, the examiner said to him, "You're driving amazing. There is no question, but you were using one hand during the test." So, and it's automatically failed. So make sure if you're going for the test, if you're coming from the other country and you're planning to go for the test, keep two hands on the steering. Do not use different position because this is going to be marked. But if you're driving with one hand because you're comfortable and you're a good driver and you're going for the test, and that's the reason that you fell, that's going to be a very painful. So remember, keep your two hands on the test. When you pass your test and you're comfortable driver, use one hand. Whatever you decide is right for you because nobody is watching you. So that's what I want to also cover in this video. So guys, if you have any questions, you can ask me, you can comment. And if you would like to join my Patreon, link will be down below. And Eva, please contact me. I would love to give you a free lesson for support that you give me for such a long time. And you are my Patreon, so I would like to give something back.